What's up everybody, welcome to Mixed Mowers and Mower Man, hope you're doing well. In today's video, we're going to be doing a bit of a fuel experiment. The fuel experiment is two Mountfield 414s, which I've just recently done 2 videos on, but you'll see those videos a bit later on. You'll see this video first, bit back to front, but there's a reason for why I want to do this video. So this video is going to be 2 Mountfield 414s, both been recently repaired, serviced and running. And I'm going to be putting E10 fuel in one and ethanol free in the other. They're both 2015 mowers, so they're both identical in that respect. Can't guarantee if one's done more hours than the other. Can't guarantee any of that, but because they're second-hand machines. But we're going to pour E10 in one, ethanol free in the other. Give them a good run, so you can see them both running without any faults. And then today is about the 19th of October. We then are not going to touch those machines until the last day of February. On the last day of February, we'll get the machines back out again. And then we'll try and start them up, see which one starts, see which one doesn't. If they both start, fantastic. If they don't start, then we'll have a look into the reason why, open some carburetors up and see how that ethanol 10, that E10 fuel has sat in that carburetor for about 4 or 5 months. So that's what we're going to be doing. So a quick, easy little video. If this is your first time watching Mixed Mowers and Mower Man, hit the old subscribe button, whack the old bell, set notifications to all. That way you'll be told when I'm done a video or 2 on my Saturday night weekly live stream, which starts at 6:30 PM UK time. So without further ado, let's get down and dirty and let's get this little tiny fuel experiment well underway. Right, so I've got the 2 mowers out here. Now both these mowers, as I say, I got running just yesterday. And these are ones that come from part of this 13 mower job lot I had here. So the one we decided in the video, which you're going to see later, my ethanol free one is going to be this one here with the 1-year guarantee sticker on it. And the one that is going to be the E10 is going to be the one without the 1-year sticker, which I've removed. Okay, so this will be my E10 job. Okay, just want to double check we don't have no other issues with these machines. All machines had some petrol put in them. Yes, it says petrol on that one, so no leaky carb on that one. What I don't want to do is do an experiment and it leaks fuel everywhere. Check the fuel in this one. There's fuel in both, so we've got fuel in both. So they're both holding fuel. Both have had new spark plugs. Let's just fire each one up. Make sure they run with no issues. So that's the ethanol, the E10 one, and this would be my ethanol free one. Okay, so both machines run without fault, okay? So I'm going to grab my ethanol free fuel and we're going to fill up this one here with the ethanol free. Okay, we've sort of got ethanol in it already, ethanol free fuel in it already. So we're going to fill that up to around about halfway, give or take, just over halfway. All right. So that's that. Now, there's no fuel taps on these. So that's that one done. Let's put this one inside. So I need to take the fuel out of this one, and I need to drain the ethanol-free fuel out and put the E10 in this one. So give us 2 ticks, and I'll be back. Right, here is the this one without the 1-year guarantee sticker on it. So this is the one that's got to have the fuel removed, because this has currently got ethanol free in here. So we're going to clamp the fuel off, and all we're going to do, how much fuel's in there, Mick? Is there a lot of fuel in there or not? There's a little bit, not a great deal. Rather than tipping the machine up, I'm going to get myself a nice clean Chinese takeaway tub. Try and stick that underneath here if I can. That's going to be a bit of a thing. I might have to remove it. The thing is, what I want to do, I want to remove all of the fuel, not just some of it. I want to remove all of it. So I'm going to try and get my red funnel. That would be a good thing. Let's do that. Because that way I can get right in there, see? So we'll put that there. We'll get it all set up ready. That can go there. Lovely. Right. So now all I'm going to do is find myself a 10mm spanner. There's one. And we're going to loosen off the bottom bowl nut. Now I want to do the bottom bowl nut, not the side one, because the side one will still leave a very small amount of ethanol-free gas in there. So by removing this slightly bigger one, okay, let's get it running. There you go, it's better. Right, that can now drain away there, so it's happy. I've got the fuel turned off at the moment. That might be something to do with it, Mick. Let's remove that nut then. Loosen it right up. Put that under there and then remove the old hemostats. And that will allow my fuel to flow. Like so. So that's running. So I'll let this drain out. Once it's all drained out, I'll come back to you. There's no point in just taking off the little side bolt, because you'll still have about 2 or 3 mil of fuel in the bottom of this tank. So by doing it this way, we're guaranteeing that the carburetor is absolutely 110% empty. So let me get this emptied out and I'll be back to you in 2 ticks. Right, the fuel has now been drained out and there's no more fuel in said system. And that's my ethanol-free fuel there, which is lovely and brand new, as you can see there. There's nothing wrong with my fuel, and that's the same fuel that's gone into the other mower. Okay, so we know that to be good quality fuel, quite fresh too. Quick little wipe up. I mean, all I want to do, there's no fuel in the bottom of this bowl now at all. Okay, in fact, what I might do, just to save the argument, I might just try and remove that bowl, like so. Take all the fuel out, so there's no fuel in this at all. Okay, none. And the condition of bowl is absolutely lovely. Okay, so we can all see that. So now, what I intend to do is put this bowl back up into its little tiny home, and then do that little tiny 10mm up. If I can find the hole for it. Oh, there's Mrs. P. Hello, Mrs. P. How you doing, darling? Did you hear about Martin's dog? Lost their Barney.
Very sad.
Very sad. But their dog was like your dog, wasn't it? Like your Poppy. Yeah. Yeah, very sad.
Lovely dogs.
Lovely dogs. Mind you, I've got their hand full with their Rottweiler at the moment. He seems to be keeping them busy. What's his name, Martin? I can't remember your dog's name, Martin. Well, neither can you, actually, to be fair, Martin. Merlin, that's it, Merlin. Right, so we're now going to try and do up this nut without doing it up the wrong way. Which I think is that way. Methinks. Oh, it's that way then. Right, so on goes a bowl nut. Nice and tight, not too tight, but well seated. So that's on. Another quick little wipe up. So I want to make sure that when we put this back together, we get no fuel leaks, because these do tend to have a little bit of a fuel problem when if they leak out a carb. They do that a little bit. So now that's done, I can now get me new fuel, which I've just purchased today, about 10 minutes ago. Whilst on the phone to Mend It Man, he's not been very well. He's got man flu. Well, he says it's man flu, but I did say to him if it was man flu, you wouldn't be able to ring a phone number. Man flu's deadly. This is in here. This is E10, bought just today. Okay, so we're going to put our E10 back into here. Not back into it, but we're going to put E10 into here, and we're going to fill it up to roughly. I say roughly. This isn't exactly scientific. Fill it up to the same level as the other one. So it's going to be about there, just over half. Okay. Do you know that even smells different? That even, you know, I spent half my life smelling fuel. That's what I do. I'm not an addict. It's just what it is. You know, you spend half your life smelling spark plugs and testing the viscosity of the old oil and what have you. You spend half my life doing that, being a small engine geezer. We're going to put this air filter back in. A bit of a poke. Like that. Fuel cap, airbox cover back on. Like that. Fuel cap back on. I'm taking my time because I want to make sure we're getting no leaks coming down from here. See, that's the idea. I don't want to rush it. Right, fuel cap on. So now we've got Mr. E10 and Mr. Ethanol free. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to go outside and we're going to fire both machines up to make sure both machines still fire and work on this on these new fuels. And as long as they do, then we will be absolutely golden. Right, let's grab that second mower off of the old table. So these have both got the RS 100 engines on these. And these are one of my favourite machines because they start very well indeed, easy to start and good to sell. So here we have for our project two machines absolutely identical, okay, and they're both 2015. As you know, this one already starts, and this would be my ethanol free one. So there's no problem with that machine. And then this one here is going to be the new E10, which some people say you can't run lawnmowers on E10 fuel. No, they do run. No, they do run, but is there a consequence? So there we have it. One ethanol free and one E10. These machines will now be stored until the last day of February, and then on the last day of February I should do a video. You'll probably see it just after that, and then we'll see how both these machines then compare in about 4 months' time. They'll both be stored in the shed in the same temperature, same sort of area, and not touched, started up or anything, unless you guys want me to do like a midway point startup. Let me know in the comment section if you want me to do a midway point startup, see if they're still running, and then we'll go from there. Right, so there they both are. Two Mountfield 414s or 164s, both the same 2015. Mr. E10 and Mr. Ethanol free. I have just taken the fuel cap off of this one because it was the wrong fuel cap and it was actually venting out the cap, so that would have been a fair experiment. So that's now got a genuine Mountfield 414 cap on there. These machines will now sit here till, as I say, till the end of February. At that point we do a start up, and then if they start, that's fantastic, you know, that just goes to prove a point, doesn't it? But if one doesn't start, let's find out the reason why. This one with the E10 in has actually had a carburetor clean already, and the main jet has been rimmed because it was hunting and surging beforehand. And I think that one was okay. That one ran actually. That needed a new pull cord on there, so that would be fine. So yeah, we'll see how we get on at the end of Feb. And if you want me to do a midway fire up around sort of Christmas time, I'm not doing on Christmas Day, before you ask, then let me know, and I'll do a midway one, a 2-month one. But I don't think we're going to need one. But let me know in the comment section anyway. I'll do what you guys want me to do. So there you go. Fuel experiment is underway. Let's see how this new E10 fuel sits for 4 months inside a shed, which would be exposed to all the temperatures, all the moistures and what have you. But I think it's fair to say it's a fair comparison of an experiment. Okay, so E10 ethanol-free experiment underway. This will be the first time for us over here in the UK, because as I say, the fuel only came out in September for us as a mandate. So this will be the first year in which people will be leaving their machines over the winter period, and I've got a sneak suspicion that I'm going to be seeing quite a bit of this carburetor cleaning coming in, because it has got that 10% bioethanol stuff in there, which I have done a how to remove ethanol video within my channel. So go and find that, how to remove the ethanol from your E10. They will sit there until the end of February, and then we'll go from there. As I say, if you want me to do a midway, halfway point, just fire up, let me know, just to prove they are still running. I will do it for you. Let me know in the comment section. And then hopefully come the last day in February, so you'll get this probably, in March time, you'll get this video come out. And that should give us some definitive information as to how that E10 fuel does inside just a standard shed. This has got heating in here, just a radiator, but it's not on all the time. It's only on whilst I'm in here. So the temperature does vary, does fluctuate, but it's only a very small radiator. It doesn't get very hot. It just gets it just up to just below room temperature. So it's nice to work in when it is about -10 outside. But there are occasions when it will get to about -10 in here when I'm not in here at night time, and the temperature will actually drop. So that's cool. I might even get a thermometer as well, just to record some temperatures as well within the shed as we go. But there you go. There's the ethanol experiment underway, and we'll see how we get on. If you want me to do any other videos with regards to this ethanol E10, then let me know, and I'll try and get them done for you. If you enjoyed the video of Mixed Mowers and Mower Man, hit the subscribe button and whack the old bell. Set notifications to all. That way you'll be told when I've done a video, or two on my Saturday night weekly live stream, which starts at 6:30 PM UK time. I look forward to the next episode of Mixed Mowers very, very soon. But until then, people, don't forget, much more importantly, take it easy.